What's up, boozers?
Babadook.
The Babadook.
The Babadook. First of all, we love an Australian accent. Absolutely fucking incredible.
Great.
Just the fucking tits off this one.
You
Can't even take it seriously. Gonna get you back in your natural habitat. Drinking and jointing fingers.
So, this is about a single mother. And she is plagued with the violent death of her husband. The day that she goes into labor to have their son, he's driving her to the hospital, and essentially they get into a car accident, and he's dead. So she has her son on her husband's day of death. As the film progresses, like I said, she's a single mother. It's several years in the future now, and he doesn't really get a birthday on his birthday.
Because
she can't handle
fucking Nancy and a straight up bitch. She gets pissed off because he interrupts her while she's masturbating. Don't masturbate in the middle of the fucking day then. I mean, I do, but I don't have kids.
Anyway.
Babadook. This thing is scary as fuck. You read about it, it's basically the story. This book that appears, the kid wants her to read it to him as a bedtime story. She initially, off the bat, thinks it's pretty weird and kind of creepy.
But reads it
to him. And then he starts thinking about it all the time. And he's already got these issues from being, a fatherless, birthdayless child.
He has some, autistic tendencies, too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's cute in that I wouldn't want to have him as my kid kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel sorry for him, but at the same time, there are moments
kind of
where you
too.
just want to punch him in the face.
But
seriously.
aren't most kids like that, though?
Most kids are like that, yeah.
So she gets rid of the book after the kid gets kind of obsessed with it and starts talking about it all the time.
Yeah, he talks about it in public and around.
Starts freaking out the kids at school.
And his cousin, who he usually does a double birthday with on her birthday.
I made a smoke ring.
High five.
So anyways, the book comes back.
It comes back, and it comes back different. It's got new pages in it, and the more that she tries to get rid of it, the faster it comes back. And it just gets more violent and more scary, basically.
And the illustration of this book, the way they have illustrated this creature, spirit, or phantasma, or whatever, they can shape into all these things she's seeing in everyday life. How she sees it in the coats hanging on the rack in the police station. How she sees it in the shadow through the neighbor's window. In the
cliche looking in your rear view mirror.
Yeah, it looks exactly like it does in the book, but then it turns out it's a real thing that she's just conveyed as this sort of...
It's an illusion. In the end, she has to overcome it. She mentally has to get to the place where she figures out why it's coming, what it is.
Actually, that was one of the things I disliked most about it. In the end, there's so much of a metaphor. And that's not what I want in a horror film. I don't want it to be explained by the psychosis of a person. I want there to be an actual fucking demon waiting outside you to fucking rip your soul to shreds.
I had to explain it to you, I think. At one point.
Yeah.
I gave you my take on it. That's what I
Which is obviously, as soon as you explain it, I obviously understood that that's what it was supposed to be.
Right.
That's when I started to not like the movie as much anymore. I much preferred the badonkadonk.
The badonkadonk.
If it's gonna twerk or if it's in the thong, you can't get rid of the badonkadonk. Thank you, Internet.
Kind of felt for her, too, because she started feeling more and more secluded, getting more and more... obsessed, basically, with this Babadook and how it's coming after him. It started freaking people out around her. What few people she had started kind of abandoning her. I can relate to that as a parent, having postpartum depression and feeling like as much as you love this child and you want the best for this child under any circumstance, you still can't
throw him
shake...
out of a 5-story window.
No, you just can't shake the feeling.
You just can't shake the baby enough.
You can't shake the baby. You can't shake the feeling of just being upset with the way some things are. I felt for her, and then towards the end when she started like losing her mind because she wasn't sleeping, the son wasn't letting her sleep. At one point you just wanted to tell her, shut the fuck up.
But she
call in a nanny or something. And
yeah, that's what pissed me off the most about it, is she didn't have the balls to ask for the help she needed.
Yeah, she kept going, oh no, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
At one point you have to just stop and, say, no, I'm not okay. And
she's
you think,
not okay.
At one point you think she's going to kill her son. Yeah,
And she almost does.
Almost does.
Until what, the neighbor steps in?
No, I think her son starts, trying to talk to her about it, and she stops and realizes what she's doing, because she had turned on the TV at one point and saw a news report about how a dog's neck was snapped, and then the child was found brutally murdered, and the mom killed herself upstairs or something afterward. And she does end up killing the dog. And then she goes to kill her son, and I think it clicks in her head at one point. Oh my god, this is really happening. I need to calm my tits, man. I loved the look and the feel of the Babadook. I loved how it didn't feel like it was overused. A lot of scary movies, like it just comes, you hear it all the time, but you don't see it.
That was my main problem with Mama, is it was terrifying at the beginning, and by the end of the film,
you're just like,
you see Mama so many times, they're just like, whatever, take the baby, we don't give a shit. 6.8 out of 10 stars on IMDb. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. Really love the feel of the film. Very dark, very grey, fabulous accents. Actually, as much as I hated each and every one of the characters, I thought that they were very well portrayed, and you
Great
really
acting.
got the feeling of each and every single individual throughout the film. Fabulous backstory.
depressing as shit.
Very, very
Right.
depressing. However, in the end, I thought I've gone full Italian.
Hey,
Bubbly.
bubbly.
I thought that they tried to downplay the entire horror aspect of the film, and that it didn't really give you the goosebumps that you want to feel for a day or two after watching a scary film.
Yeah,
It
I
didn't
felt
give
like
me nightmares.
I felt like it kind of gave me too much closure. Too much of the satisfaction of this thing isn't going to come and just, attack me in the night.
Which is funny, because for all the other horror films, we complain about how they don't give you enough closure and they don't answer enough questions.
This one...
But this one answers all of them, and we sort of want somewhere in between.
I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I can't do Australian accents, so... I'm not that awesome in that respect. But I'll tell you what I am awesome at. Telling you to click the like button.
Go way down under. Click subscribe.
Like,
jump on that.
comment.
We got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Follow us on the YouTubes and everywhere else, and tell all your friends.
We're amazing. The more we drink, the better we get. I'm better when I'm drunk. Name that movie.
Actually, we'll give you a prize. We'll let you subscribe for free if you can name that movie.
You know what? Even if you can't, we'll let you take that gamble. Click the like button, see what happens. As always, stay awesome.
Keep boozing.
And we'll see you next time.
See you
Cheers.
next time. Cheers.